Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to 30 things I've learned as a mom. It is lesson number 3 and this one this one was a mistake that I learned from, and I will want you to also learn from it. So lesson number 3 is, don't forget your spouse when you become a parent. Don't forget your spouse when you become a parent. You know, when a baby comes into your life, everybody is focusing on the baby. In fact, when you tell people that, oh, I've had a child, the first thing they say is, how is the baby? Is it a boy or a girl? Blah, blah, blah. I remember when I told a couple of my friends, and a few of them first said, how are you doing? I'm like, oh my God, I feel seen. Like, somebody literally said, I know everybody's taking care of the baby. I know everybody's asking after the baby. How are you doing? And that meant a lot to me. Like, it meant so much to me. Now, imagine if the whole world is like always after the baby, 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 baby. And you too, baby, 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 baby. And then you just literally forget the one that you made this baby with. That's one mistake a lot of mothers, a lot of fathers make when a baby comes in. And I'll share my own story. I remember that when I've had my baby, like at that point, I'm like, this child is depending on me. This child cannot live without me. Of course, God. But yeah, this child needs me for everything. So on my mind, I was just thinking about my baby, my baby. In fact, sometimes I see my husband and I'm like, hello, hi stranger. Because you just realize that even your conversations are just always around the baby. Like, you're not looking at your partner and saying, how are you doing? And then even for us mothers, we make the mistake of thinking that the fathers are not going through the stress we are going through. Of course, we are going through more, but they also need to be seen because they're also going through stuff. For example, sometimes I'm awake at night and my husband, because of the baby's crying, is also up, to assist me, and he has to go to work the next morning. I am at home, things like that. So it's very important for you to remember your spouse, even if you're a new parent, because the truth is, maybe your mom is with you, your mother-in-law or whatever, but everybody is like, even people that are not with you physically, they will send you money, send you gifts. The baby. It will be hard for you to see a gift for yourself as even the mom or the dad. So you are the one that has the responsibility of ensuring that your spouse is fine, whether the man or the woman, and vice versa. So I thought, oh, my husband will understand that I have to care for our child. And he was also like, hi baby, so sometimes he comes back for work and he's like, hi, how is my baby? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, how are you? So I'm like, oh, okay, why didn't you ask about me first? And then even after a couple of months and stuff, and when I went back to work, I realized that whenever I'm at work, I'm just thinking about my baby. I'm breastfeeding, so sometimes leaving the house for a couple of hours, I'm like literally feeling it that, oh my God, I need to either pump out or get my baby to come and take this milk, just because I can feel it. So my thoughts are baby, my body is screaming, where's your baby? And then if she's at home with her dad or nursery or whatever, and I get home and it's my husband and my baby, I realize that I first of all go to my baby. I'm like, hi baby, I hold her, and then I'm like, hello husband. So we had to sit down to discuss it, and we're like, no. So I remember we both watched so this entire parenting experience really helped us to see that we need to do so much more for each other than we are doing. So we both watched a video from mommy Funke Felix Adejumo, and she gave a scenario where a lot of parents put their children in their middle. So father is here, mother is here, the child is in the middle, the second child, the third child. Before you know it, father is there, mother is there, then the children have taken over. And she's like, father and mother have to stand together. This is all I have. For example, I don't have a lot of things in front of me. So father and mother have to stand together, and then your baby, a child, first child here, second child here, So both of you have to be a cord that can never be broken. even by your children. A lot of children, well, it's not their fault, but a lot of people have become parents, and because of being parents, that's affected the marriages, because everybody's thinking about the child, and then you neglect your spouse, you don't meet your spouse's needs because child, baby, that's my child, and before you know it, you and your spouse become strangers. So learn from my own mistake, or my own on not understanding that your husband should come first even after you become a mom. Your wife should still come first even after you become a father. I'm not saying lock your baby up. No, that's neglect, that's child abuse, that is not allowed. But what I'm saying is, in moments like the instance I made, if you are out, maybe you go to work and your wife and your baby are home, when you get back in, the first person you should go to is your wife. Hi darling, how are you? Give her a kiss, give her a hug, then you can carry your baby, greet your baby. And since we had that conversation, it's been like that. In fact, sometimes when my husband is going to work, he would give me a kiss first, then peck his baby. And I myself as well, when I come back from some activities or duties or work and they are both at home, I go to, in fact, sometimes my baby will look at me from afar as I'm entering the living room, and she's like literally running towards me, and I tell her, wait baby, let me greet my husband first, and then I hug him, kiss him, then I hold her, right? So these things, when your children understand early that mom and dad are like this, even when they get older and they have more understanding, they would like, it would be in their mind that mom and dad are unbreakable. And this also helps in instances where maybe your child asks the mom for something and mommy says go and meet daddy. Mommy and daddy have to always be united, and it starts from even when the child is a baby and does not understand anything. But in babies, because before you know it, 1 year will go, you have a child, your spouse's needs are not met, whether emotionally, whether physically, whether sexually, whether even spiritually. These needs are not met, and before you know, you guys are becoming strangers in your own home. I know that you can relate, because it has happened to even me. Before marriage, I used to do marriage counseling. Before I had a child, I used to do marriage counseling. I speak to people. In fact, there was a time I had like a community of women just talking about how we should still be beautiful, and let the other room be popping and all. And when I had a child, I did not even think of any other room, nothing, because I'm like, I'm trying to live. And I'm not saying after you have a child today, go back to shaking bed tomorrow. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, yes, your body is healing, yes, your body is transforming, but in your heart, remember that your spouse matters. Your spouse's lives matter. So don't be distant. Don't let even when the baby is now, like, even some women, even when baby is like 6 months and baby can even eat a pounded yam, they're still like, oh no, it's my baby. No. And I'm not trying to invalidate whatever it is you're feeling, but I'm trying to say, create a balance. A balance is super, super, super important. Remember that these children will grow up, they will get married, have their own family, and leave your house. It is you and your spouse forever. So please learn from my own experience. And today I give you a challenge. If you are a new parent, please speak to your spouse about this. Call them, sit down together and say, have I been neglecting you anyway? Have I been neglecting you in any way since we became parents? And that's when you will know that your spouse has been keeping a lot in. And I'm not talking to just women, even men. Even you too. Sometimes you forget wife. You'll be, what does the baby need? What does your wife too need stuff, So sit with your partner today, sit with your husband, your wife today, and ask that question. Have I been neglecting you in any way since we became parents? And that's when you will hear a lot of things. So don't wait until it becomes so bad and it becomes major issues in your marriage, because it can become major issues in your marriage. Don't wait until then. Start addressing it now and look for practical ways, practical steps. Like I shared, when you step into the house, your partner first, that little change has helped us great. Like, it has helped us greatly. As I'm coming through the door, I'm telling myself, my husband first, greet him, kiss him, hug him, then I go to my baby. And he does the same. Even leaving the house, hugs me, kiss me first before the baby. if we don't put these practical things in place, we will just assume that my partner understands, and they don't understand. They are wondering, why am I not being seen? And it's important that your partner is seen, even now that you guys are parents. So I hope this helps. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please don't forget to share with anybody that you think this would help, and of course, please subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.